Health and wealth. Health and wealth. Health and wealth.
This is the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
All matters discussed during this show are for informational purposes only. Each individual situation may vary, and the opinions expressed here may not apply to everyone. Materials presented are believed to be from reliable sources, and no representations can be made as to its accuracy. All ideas and information should be discussed in detail with one of our qualified representatives prior to implementation.
New from Bumco Records, it's Smoky Songs and Foggy Favorites, compiled by David Earnest.
Dave's not here!
You get great hits like Smoke It's in Your Eyes, Smoke on the Water, Smoke from a Distant Fire, Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette, Up in Smoke, the theme from Gunsmoke, On Top of Old Smoky, Smoking in the Boys' Room, and many more. If fog is more your thing, you get Foggy Day in London Town, the love theme from the movie The Fog, Foggy Mountain Breakdown, the best of Foghat, and that song Foghorn Leghorn is always singing. No Smoke and Fog collection would be complete without this album. And if you act now, we'll include Bumco's best assortment of smoked meats. You get smoked ham, smoked turkey, smoked salmon, smoked bacon, and a 1-year supply of smoked Vienna sausage. Plus, the first 100 callers get a free poster of Cheech and Chong. Just call 1-800-SMOKE. That's 1-800-SMOKE. Don't miss out on your chance to own Smoky Songs and Foggy Favorites, compiled by David Earnest.
Dave's not here!
Call now. Operators are standing by. No, wait, they're not. They went out to smoke.
We're supposed to have two political parties, the Republicans and the Democrats, but we really got two more. Rhinos and Dinos. They're messing up the government. We elected them, sent them to Washington, but when they get there, they all seem to get bent. It seems like each of them are the offenders. When they get there, they all seem to have agendas. Rhinos and Dinos. They steal us blind, oh. They're so unkind, oh. Should have said a wino. You stink! From our super secret studio, where the word yabba dabba doo is a term of endearment, David Earnest is proud to present the Health and Wealth Show. Yeah. And in case you missed it, today's show is about dinos and rhinos. Politicians with an identity crisis. You can call David Earnest right now at 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. But now, sit right back, because here's the guy that knocks all the other asset preservationists back to the Stone Age. It's David Earnest!
And there he is with a fresh new haircut. Did you get a haircut?
Yabba dabba doo, I do.
Yeah, it looks good, man. And there's Matthew. And before we get into before we get into too much stuff here, I know we got plenty to talk about. I don't know if you gentlemen have heard, but Dan Morris sent a message today, and he's stepping back for the time being. He says his recovery's not going as he planned, and so he has stepped back and given April Marie his blessing, and it's now what do they call Smart Talk with April Marie. And at some point, hopefully, he'll be able to come back. I messaged with him and told him, you know, hang in there. He sounded in pretty good spirits. And let's see. And I messaged April Marie, told her, we're right behind you. Just go out there and knock it dead. And so that's going on here. What else?
I'm sure she'll carry the torch.
Yes, Kim Williams, and I haven't heard an update on her. I think it was her grandmother was in a bad accident, and she's
bless her heart.
Been up in Birmingham. I think I sure to hope nothing's happened to her, because I haven't heard. But all you folks out there, send those thoughts and prayers that way, and to Dan as well, and to April Marie. I'm sure she's going to need it too. But now you're down at the beach, right? Are you?
I'm down here with 3 grandchildren, and my daughter went to Chicago on a honeymoon trip, a re-honeymoon trip. I mean, what do you call it when you're reliving the honeymoon?
The second honeymoon.
Yeah,
I guess
the
you call it
anniversary.
that.
Yeah.
And she's coming down on Thursday to help me, help us, shall I say, because it's quite a bit of job.
I can imagine. It's probably.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good job to have, but it is a job.
Yeah, we've had.
Especially when you have young ones.
Yeah, we've had storms up here this afternoon.
I heard that.
Some what do you call it? Flash flooding, but no carnage or anything. But everything's just going kind of easy and greasy here.
Well, the weather's been great here.
That's great, man.
It was rough.
I think it was like 70% chance to rain here. I didn't see any.
Well, it cooled it off, but I could have done without the amount of rain. It really a whole lot came down super fast. I mean, it was the areas over there on East Montgomery that kind of flash flood. You know, they got pushed pretty hard. So
okay, Matthew.
Well, I want to talk about a client that came in the other day, and I'm not going to give his last name, but I'll just say thank you, Eric.
Throw it out.
I told you we would use this show.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did he come up with the idea?
Eric, yeah.
We're talking about rhinos and dinos.
Yes.
You know, and there's all kinds of rhinos and dinos. I know that some folks, they have their cars and they want to put them on a dino machine. Well, it's definitely not that thing that Fred Flintstone rode around in. I don't think it would go fast enough for the dyno machine. And then you have the rhinos. You know, rhinos are fat and dangerous. They're huge. They got that big thing on your nose, and they can really get you in the end, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's what we're afraid that the rhinos are going to do to the Republican Party. They're going to get us in the end, and it's not going to be a good thing because they're destroying our basic nature. They're destroying our history of being conservatives and standing together. They're leaning over toward the left side, so to speak. They're anti-Trump all the way. You know, you got Liz Cheney. She's one of the biggest ones that's leaning to the left. You got several others. And in the state of Alabama, well, let's just go back to McConnell. McConnell did not pay Trump any favors. None at all. And because of this, Mo Brooks is not getting any money, from what I understand, from any of the Republicans right now, the Rhino side. If he gets any money, it's going to be from the backbone of all of us small fry, little guys. He's being completely destroyed when it comes to collecting money. But it's a weird thing. He usually wins. You see, we can see through the smoke in the mirrors of all this craziness that, you know, where there's money, there's got to be something that's not so sunny. You know, and then you got those stinking dinos. You know, they're dinosaurs, man. They're too old. They're way back. They're just out of place. You know, remember the old Dixiecrats? They could have been called a dino because, you know, they were really Republicans in name only in the olden times, you know. But should I say they called themselves Dixiecrats because they didn't want to align themselves with the carpetbaggers of the Civil War. Came down to the Alabama and kind of tried to rape everybody, you know, their money and their ability to work and make money, make a living. And that's what they're doing today. It's the same thing, except now it's the rhinos of the Republican Party and the dinos of the Democratic Party that are trying to rape us. And, remember, as a dino or a rhino, it can be rough going. You know, and as far as your retirement planning, it's a rough going because the dinos of the Democratic Party want to take over all of the freedoms of retirement planning. Look at Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren has come after every retirement planner kind of person there is, except for a few. And I'm not going to name them because I won't let you do the research. But I will tell you, some of them act real sophisticated, like we are the ones that have all of the knowledge and just stay away from all those people. Even though they've got 40 years of experience, they don't do or stand for what we stand for. You better believe we don't.
That's
you better
right.
believe we don't.
That's
you know
right.
why? We're not dinos and we're not rhinos. You know what we are? We're salt of the earth and we believe in freedoms. We don't believe in taking over our abilities to use our own brains. We don't believe in allowing those
slapjacks do what they do. The thing is, this country was established on freedoms, not established on taking away our freedoms, not established for somebody to tell us how to invest our money. Of course you want an expert to help you. It's your freedom, though, to go to whatever expert you want. But, I just got an email today. It said, I will help you find clients. And, of course, we won't find any that don't have less than $500,000. You know what I did? I deleted it.
Well, there you go.
You know why I deleted it? Because it's not representative of what I stand for. I don't believe that the little man shouldn't have a chance of getting bigger when it comes to his bank account. So we really have roadblocks out there against us developing our own wealth. And when you read these things about the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But think about the people in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You're caught in the middle. You're getting, as we've said before, the big squeeze. The middle always gets it in the end. Look at the taxes that they're trying to give us. Oh, they're lying through their teeth when they say, well, we're not going to tax you if you make less than $400,000 a year. Well, then why are you trying to tax us all this money extra now?
Well, the middle
really
it glues it all together and makes it work and makes it go. If they, we're in a unique period of time with what's happening. A lot of this, I don't want to say it hasn't been seen before, but not in the manner that we're seeing it in. The big thing is we've got so many people now. There are so many people on planet Earth alone and in the United States. Things are much different than they used to be. So, yeah, you got to be ahead of what's going on out there.
Yeah, and here's something for all you Trumpers out there, the people who like the Trump party, or should I say the real Republican Party. Trump Jr. tweeted this the other day. He said, if Brett equals Alabama's Liz Cheney, and if Liz Cheney equals Pelosi, that was something that Kevin McCarthy said. Does that mean that Brett Lee equals Pelosi Republican? Really, the thing about it, if anyone is against us having our abilities to be free, and to have enough representation, listen, I hate to talk about someone who's been in there a long time, but Richard Shelby does not give one hoot for Trump, okay? Not one hoot. And guess who he's supporting? Miss Brett. Where did all the money come from? It's draining out of McConnell and so all the other. Mo Brooks is not getting any money from them. They're trying to control us, guys. They're trying to control us. We've got to put someone in like us that won't let them control us. And just like our retirement plans, they're trying to control us. They're trying to keep it where the people who don't have anything don't ever get anything. And the middle has to pay for everything. Mm-hmm. And the rich don't ever pay anything because they're paying off everybody and everything. We've got to stop this. It's got to be freedoms that are for the middle guy, the little guy, the middle guy. And what is the little guy? Well, it's anyone who feels like they're being mistreated is what I think they are. You might have a couple of $3 million or less and still think yourself as a middle guy. If you start reading about who is middle Americans, of course, we all put our britches on the right way, right? I was raised in a very rural area, and I had to learn about cows and bulls and sows and horses, and my grandpappy tried to teach me how to look at a horse's teeth to find out how old they are. I never figured that one out, but he was good at it. But the thing is, we all came up in an agricultural type environment. If you go back far enough, it was very important. Then we had the Industrial Revolution that changed a lot of things, and now we're in the technological revolution that has changed a lot of things. And then we got COVID that came in here that changed a lot of things, which we have a medicinal revolution, which you may or may not agree with, that there's a lot of good and bad and ugly coming out of the medical, industry, or should I say pharmacology, all these other things, But are they getting all the answers? No. The little guy still loses. The little guy. He's always the little guy that gets hit. When the stock market goes way down, the little guy is the one that loses everything. And then he looks around and he says, well, why did that big guy not lose everything? Because he used you. He used you. Mm-hmm. He used you for him to get what he got. And so all these payoffs and all these special interests and all this stuff that's going on about trying to quieten down folks that are trying to tell you that there's special interests, even when it comes to investments. Look at Elizabeth Warren. She tried to put so many rules and regulations. We've got so many rules and regulations. The products that are good for the little guy, the middle guy, they squeeze them down to where they don't even hardly exist anymore. Oh, sure, we got some good ones. We got some good ones. I'm hanging on to the best ones, in my opinion, that are out there. But then when I go in, I sit in, and these guys with suits, and they're sitting there going, well, we got the real stuff, We're real sophisticated. We wear suits. Where's your suit at?
Do they sound like that?
I don't have a suit and tie on, man. Well, I've been doing this about 40 years. I don't think I need a suit and tie. It doesn't transfer from your tie to your brain, man.
There you go.
Do they really sound like that?
It just depends.
Because that way I would be able to.
Depends on what meeting you're in.
I could recognize them by that. Oh, I don't want to talk to you because you've got a suit on and you sound funny.
I mean, really, when you get out there and you travel in Alabama or any southern state, you start that they don't really care for those kind of people.
No,
I found out that most people don't like you putting on the Ritz. Okay,
nobody wants a slick salesman coming in and sitting down at their.
Well, that's like the. Go ahead, Matthew. I'm sorry.
No, I was just. It cracks me up. I mean, David is his money is where his mouth is. His knowledge and what he talks about is what he practices. What he preaches. I mean,
that's
straight up. And we've all been taught that's the way.
There you go.
That's the reason why I like Mo Brooks. People say you should have never gone political. You should have never gone political. They're going to ruin you, man. Really? So you tell me 1 minute that I can't speak to my customers and my client base how I really feel from the bottom up? You want me to hide who I am and what I believe in? I believe in everyone having a free shake. I believe in everybody being able to have what it is they deserve, what they work for. And one of the biggest things I believe in is that they should be able to keep what they work for and not lose it. And when I see all these mechanisms that are going on and the planning of this great crash that's around the corner, and I see all these poor souls that are going to lose all their money for several years, I say, well, it'll come back. Well, so it makes me so sick when I hear it'll come back. Why the heck do you want to lose it to start with? My great-grandpappy wouldn't have liked for it to lose it, for it to come back. In the 30s, they didn't want to lose it for it to come back. It took 25 years for it to come back. Why the heck? I mean, what's that in a life expectancy? People say, well, my financial guy said it'll come back. Really? Well, okay. You're going to live long enough. Maybe it's the stuff you own won't come back. Look at the .com stuff. It never came back. 90% of the .com companies never came back. Duh.
Yeah, they got eaten up.
Now, here's what I have to give Warren Buffett credit for. He says, stay with the S&P 500 and stuff like that. I get it. That's what we do, stuff like that. But we add more to it. We're more careful than you can believe, because we don't want to lose it. We're not dinosaurs. We're not out of whack. We don't understand. We're not rhinos. We're not going to lie to you to get some power or power struggle. Here's the thing. We're just salt of the earth. We want what the basic person wants, and that is freedom of choice, and ways to be able to protect ourselves. Why on earth do you not think that we have a military or a National Guard? And now we got those fools up there in Seattle and Portland wanting us to pay for all of their crap that's going on up there and all the people that are killing each other and shooting each other. It ain't going on down here. Listen, I know we had civil unrest in the 60s. We're not having it anymore. We're not having it. And we really never had it like they had in other parts of the country. Not in Montgomery, Alabama. No. Of course it was peaceful demonstrations here. This is good country, guys. All of us live and commingle together here. But all these crazy fools over in other parts of the country, like over in California, in Detroit, and Michigan, and Minnesota, and all those other crazies that say, let's live on borrowed money. Let's promise the moon, and let's give them nothing. You know, why do you think all of these retirement plans are trying to go broke now, or about to go broke? But not the state of Alabama. And I have to say that a boy to David Bronner. He's one of the most sophisticated, best conservatives I know. And I know he's not I know he doesn't belong to the Republican Party. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is he plays it safe. He plays it safe. It doesn't really matter what party you belong to, as long as you believe in the basic principles of being a conservative and playing it safe and not giving everything away. You know, folks come in here and they say, well, you know, we need to take care of the rest of the world. I saw something on TV the other day. This guy says, you know, he was working for the Ford Foundation. And I like foundations. I love foundations that are giving money away to the... But he said, we've got to give more money away. We've got to give everything away. You know, we need to have level playing field. All the folks that ever... He said, I know you might feel like you have worked for your money, but you still need to give it up. I'm going to say, what? Yeah. You mean I got to give it up for somebody else's kid, somebody else's grandkid, somebody else over here that tore the place up, stole televisions and everything? We got to give them our money? No, I don't agree with that. I'm all about helping the churches, helping the people, helping the needy, but I'm not about giving away what you worked real hard for, the basic stuff. And they say, well, just let the stock market crash. You'll come back, and besides that, you're helping the economy. You know, really? What a fool.
That's
foolish folks.
Crazy.
Dinosaurs, and rhinos. They're fat, ugly, and dangerous. That's what I say. You know, what can they do? What can a person do, Matthew? What can a person do? Rusty, what can a person...
Well, I know that... I know what they can do. They can pick the phone up and dial 334-279-7431.
There you go.
Or they can dial 205-479-0839.
You know, we could just sit down with you and chew the fat, so to speak. You know, essentially, this is about saving our future, saving our children's future, saving our retirement futures. Guys, they want to inflate the dollars out from under you. They want to take the dollars away from you. Elizabeth Warren wants to take your money away and give it to somebody else under some kind of thing disguised as a retirement plan, whatever she wants to call it. You know, they've got all these fancy words that they use, but basically it's redistribution of wealth.
How does Elizabeth Warren get around the fact that she went to college?
No, but you understand she has high cheekbones. I guess she's one of those
right.
that says, I'm better than you.
I mean, if you're caught in a lie like that,
they don't care.
That's a scandal.
They don't care.
It just blows my mind.
You've got poor old Biden being run around by the nose, and he's going, whatever. Or, who are you? I mean, yes.
He sounds like he might wear a suit.
Crazy. He may. Well, he probably wears the same suit. He probably forgets which one to put on the next page. Poor fellow.
He's not.
You know, so our country is in a big trouble, big mess here. Don't be part of it. Get your house in order. Do what a conservative person would do, and make sure that your retirement plan stays intact.
Call David Earnest. 334. There you go. Take it away.
334-279-7431.
Or
205-479-0839.
Set up that no obligation consultation. Go in and meet with David, Matthew, or Leah, and you will leave there a lot smarter than when you went in, especially about your money. Now, I don't know about geography or biology. What a wonderful world. Oh, sorry about that. But anyhow, go in and talk with them about your money. You will leave there thinking, Bo, why didn't I talk to these people a long time ago? 334-279-7431 or 205. There you go. Jump right in there.
479-0839.
And David's got a website at retirewithernest.com, and he's all over the place. He's everywhere. He is. There you go. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we'll talk more about dinos and rhinos here on the Health and Wealth Show.
David Earnest will return with more of the award-winning Health and Wealth Show after these important messages here on the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
This is your roving reporter, and today I am talking with a mime.
Hello.
I thought mimes didn't talk.
I'm on my break, man.
Well, could you show us some of the things you mimes do?
Sure, man. Here I am, trapped in a box.
I see.
And now I'm walking against the wind, man.
Okay, what's that thing you're doing now?
I'm calling my friend David Earnest to see how my mime money is doing today.
David Earnest is your financial guy?
Yes, he is. And you know you can call him yourself at 279-7431 or 205-479-0839 if you are in the Birmingham area.
I see. So I guess you would gladly recommend David Earnest.
Yeah, man. He has the mime seal of approval.
So for a great asset preservationist, call David Earnest.
That's right, man.
What are you doing now?
I'm still on break.
Got another one of those?
Yeah, man. Help yourself.
Beautiful day.
For slap out, it ain't half bad.